Hey, how y'all doing? This is Mongo Slay, and today we're going to compare some gimmicks from Terry Taylor. But first, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and now let's talk about Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor was a big, sort of big star. Let's not make him too big of a star. He was a star in Mid South Wrestling, working for Bill Watts. He had won the North American Heavyweight Championship and the TV title. He held both titles at the same time. He was pushed as a young, charismatic heartthrob when he was in Louisiana, and he actually fit the role quite well. He was really good. And then in the later '80s, he jumped ship to the WWE or WWF at the time. It was like probably 87, 80, 88, and he became the Red Rooster, the infamous Red Rooster with the red tips in his hair, who clucked on his way to the ring. It was the worst. It's still the worst gimmick I think ever in wrestling. It is horrible. It is horrible, and he looked stupid. He looked incredibly stupid. The guy could still work. They didn't. I don't remember the Red Rooster ever actually cutting a promo, but the red tips and the clucking thing he used to do with his head. Oh my god. Oh, it was god awful, bro. It was a shame. it was criminal what this man did to him. Now, the Red Rooster lasted for I don't think it lasted that long. I think it was probably about maybe 2 years, maybe 2 years, and then he went to WCW, and he really did nothing in WCW for a while, and then he joined the York Foundation. For people who don't know, the York Foundation was Alexandria York, who is Marlena. She was like an executive, like a business executive. Occasionally, anime has these kind of villains where they do computer guessing of who could win a match, and that was kind of her thing. Is her computers can match up to two performers and say these performers can beat this performer in this amount of time or whatever. But basically, she wanted sort of formal group called the York Foundation, and Terry Taylor joined this group and became Terrence Taylor, the computerized man of the '90s. Now, this gimmick was not as stupid as the Red Rooster, but it was still pretty stupid because it was the computerized man of the '90s. So he changed his name to Terrence Taylor. He started wearing a suit, which is actually not that bad because Terry Taylor is, he grew his hair out longer. But he was able to, he looked the part, at least he looked the part of a executive kind of man. They pushed him as a serious performer. He actually got to wrestle in real matches, but he seemed to be a guy who took his cues from a computer. So basically, he would stop and see what the computer is saying, and then wrestle his match based on what he read on the computer. It was stupid. It was dumb. It was dumb. It was so dumb. Terry Taylor, I couldn't. I wonder, did he blaspheme like every day for like 15 years, and then guy just decided you're gonna have wrestling ability, but we're gonna make every promoter that you come in contact with treat you like absolute shit, because that's exactly what happened. After he left Bill Watts, he must have sold his soul to get into New York, and then Vince just decided to fuck with him and make him the Red Rooster for no reason. Now, there is some Bruce Pritchard's full of shit when he says that, oh, we had the idea of Mr. Perfect set up for Terry Taylor. Yeah, right. And he claimed that the Red Rooster could have worked. It was all about how Terry Taylor performed it. Yeah, right. The Red Rooster couldn't have worked. Nobody could have pulled that off. Nobody could have pulled that off. It was horrible. But, and it's one of the worst gimmicks in wrestling, which makes it, objectively better than the computerized man of the '90s. But the computerized man of the '90s is still stupid. It is stupid. It's a stupid gimmick. I mean, in the context of the time, though, it probably seemed like it made sense. Because, in the early '90s, people were obsessed with computers and things that and data and different things that you could do. You had Paul Lee walking around with a cell phone that looked like a DVD player. You had, different people. You had like RoboCop and Universal Soldier and all this type of stuff, Terminator. It seemed like we were really getting into the whole cyborg, computers are going to run the world kind of thing. So it kind of made sense to bring computers into wrestling. But to have like this data driven character where it's like he's typing up, well, she's typing up because Alexandria York was doing all the tippity typing, and the computer was never on, by the way. It was actually an old school laptop, which is actually pretty cool that they had a laptop, but it was never on. And I never understood what the hell they was trying to get up from the computers. But he would take the time to look at the computer, be like, "Oh, okay, yeah," and then go back to wrestling his match. And I was just kind of like, "This is dumb. This is dumb. Throw it away. This is dumb." But it wasn't the Red Rooster. I mean, the Red Rooster that's a new level of stupid. Like, I think he probably pinched Stephanie McMahon's ass in the elevator or something to get the Red Rooster gimmick. He must have done something that was fucked up. I mean, he had to. He had to do something that was fucked up. Otherwise, because that's a punishment, if we being honest. Red Rooster is a punishment. That is, he must have went into the office and asked for more money. He must, I mean, even if you saw, let's say for the record, that it was his performance. Once you see somebody doing some stupid like shit like that on your TV, when you tell them, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you clucking? Why you have red tips in your hair? Why are you doing this? Stop doing this or you fired. That would be like the first thing that'll come into my mind is fire this motherfucker. He's out here playing the chicken. He's playing chicken on TV. Get this nigga out of here. But, something tells me that he was told to do it. He was told to do it. And because he was told to do it, that's why he did it. And I was like, the computerized man of the 90s and Red Rooster. Look, I swear to you, Terry Taylor has talent. He was actually good at one point. But man, them gimmicks did him no favors. Did him no favors at all. If Terry Taylor had allowed, I'm not saying that just being Terry Taylor would have worked. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, take away some of the stupidity of the computerized man of the 90s, and you probably have another stunning Steve Austin level performer where he could have been like U.S. champion, kind of that level. And I'm not saying he should have been like at the top of the card, but he could have been a solid U.S. TV level performer. I don't know if he ever got that far, if we're being honest. My WCW history is not that good. But I don't remember Terry Taylor actually breaking through any glass ceilings and doing anything major, and that's sad because he legitimately had talent. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you even familiar with the computerized man of the 90s? How much do you hate the Red Rooster? Let me know in the comment section below. Like this video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you guys later.